Welcome to the Why We Advocate podcast. I'm your host, Jasmine Uribe, and joining us today is Abriana Morales, Victim Advocacy Corps Program Manager. We're excited to talk to you all about advocacy and the initiatives that NOVA has planned for our community. Let's dive right in. Hey, Abriana, how are you doing?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing great. So I'm going to get us to our first question. So why is student engagement so important when it comes to victim advocacy?
I think student engagement is so important because it really does two things. It really allows us to invest or really kind of mark an investment in the next generation of advocates, but it also helps us to recognize the really exciting and unique perspectives that young people can bring to this field, especially as we think about the future of advocacy and what it means to really best serve the communities who need it most.
Thanks so much. I love that response and the emphasis around investing in the future. So when it comes to student engagement, how does NOVA engage students to enter the field of victim advocacy or just in our work?
Yeah, no, I think that Nova's been doing a lot of really exciting stuff in the past few years to really kind of move our youth engagement efforts forward in this field. And one of the ones I'm most excited about is Nova's Victim Advocacy Corps. So, over the past couple of years, I had the opportunity to really launch and lead this pilot program that gives college students connections to pathways in victim services. So, for instance, we had 14 student fellows that were working with us all across the country who received not only victim advocacy training, credentialing, and mentorship, but the opportunity to work in a 9-month paid field placement in a local victim service agency, which gave them the chance to serve survivors and gave us the chance as an organization and as a field to really embrace, again, this next generation of advocates.
Great. I love that investment in the future and the fact that the fellows were able to join and learn from NOVA, receive the training, and also be placed at a victim service agency and get paid for it along the way. So 9 months of active learning and hands-on skills that they were able to develop and see for themselves what entering the field of victim advocacy could look like. So I love that NOVA's Victim Advocacy Corps. So my next question, what opportunities exist for students to get involved with NOVA and or attend NOVA's 51st annual training event?
Yeah, I think we got a really couple exciting opportunities for students to get engaged this year, especially with Nova 51. So with our virtual training event this year, we're offering a discounted rate for students to attend this conference. And so it's $100 for students to have access to the full virtual conference this year, which has not only the 100 workshops that are available, but up to 80 CEUs. And I think for any new advocate or any student wanting to get into this field, that's a lot of training, that's a lot of content, and also a lot of opportunity to network and learn more about what it means to be an advocate. So I find that particularly exciting. But something new that we're doing is our Youth Engagement Summit. And so we'll be putting that on July 23rd in Washington, D.C., as really a kind of landmark or like new frontier, I guess, in engaging young people and really thinking critically about what the future of youth engagement and victim services look like. And so we'll be trying to bring together young people, young advocates, and organizations that support them to really have a strategic conversation about what that might look like, what that future could be, and how we can build it together. And the cool thing is we're offering some incentives for folks to join us. So the first 30 registered youth attendees are going to get a $50 gift card to join us in DC. So I think it'll be a lot of fun.
Yes, I love those opportunities. So Aubriana mentioned two great ways for you to get involved if you're a student or someone who's working with students. One is obtaining that student rate, which is $100. So exciting. And details for that can be found on our website. And the second is the Youth Engagement Summit held in DC this summer on July 23rd. I'm really excited for that too. And the fact that we'll be bringing together students to hear about their ideas and their strategies for how to engage the next generation of victim advocates is really powerful to me. So I just want to shout you out for doing all this great work. Lots of great things planned this summer. Okay, so we're at our last question. And this question plays on the name of our podcast. So our podcast is Why We Advocate. So I want to ask you, what is your why when it comes to this work? What keeps you going?
That's a really good question. I think that, I've been doing this work since I was in high school. And so I've had a lot of time to think about my why and really have it evolve over the past close to 10 years that I've been doing or being a victim advocate. And I think that, as I think about this youth engagement work and what it means to really bring up the next generation of advocates, I think my why has to do with really being there for the young advocate that I was back then and giving those opportunities in a way that weren't really available to me back when I was starting out. And so things like the Victim Advocacy Corps, getting to attend the conference using the student rate, or getting to go to this youth engagement summit, I think are really, really important and really kind of motivating and fulfilling things for me to be able to give back that opportunity that I had to other young people.
I love that response. And here at Nova, we say we're a community of advocates, and we're always looking forward to giving back to that next generation of advocates, students who are interested in joining us. So thank you so much, Aubriana, for joining us today. I'm feeling inspired by all the great work and the hopes for the future and the foundations that we're setting for the future by engaging students. Thanks so much for tuning into this episode. Stay tuned for more information on ways that Nova is celebrating community on the next Why We Advocate podcast episode. Thanks so much.